Anyone who has familiarity with your work can immediately see the connection between the personal and the professional and how important both of those are to you, the passion that you bring to both sides of life. Are there, for leaders, is it often the case that one of those sides drives the decision-making in regard to the other?
Well, I think so because, and the one side is what we do, right? So I want to separate it into two things, what I do and who I am. And they are very different things. And so we use the word legacy to define who I am, but we might use the word legend to define what we do. And so because we live in a world where things are famous and we want to be famous, we think about our legend a lot more than we think about our legacy. And to me, that's what separates and creates the conversation, is we stop focusing on what we do and we start thinking about who we are.
Is there a better way to achieve balance between the two at the same time rather than focus on one versus the other?
Well, they cannot be separated. So it's not so much a balance, it's that they're on the same side of the equation. So we often think about, well, this is what I do at work, and then this is who I am, and how do I balance between the two? But that doesn't work. In other words, life doesn't equal work. It's life plus work that equals something, and it will either equal a legend that won't last very long or a legacy that will last for a very long time. So we can't separate the two. Every day I have to go to work and I have to do something, and that's how I bring value to an organization. Or I come back and I am someone there, and that's how the organization brings value to me and aligns with my values. So I can't really separate them. I'm not a different person at work than I am at home. I go to work and...
It's one of the things that separated your work immediately when I first read it was that equation that you put on the page, that life plus leadership equals legacy. And it's not putting one on one side and one on the other.
Right. And we have to be careful because it could be life minus work, or life times work, or life divided by work. They're not just necessarily additive. They could be any form of multiplier or operation that's going on there. But either way, it's going to equal your legacy.